escorted by his mother, Amy Lopez, and father, Ishmael Cedeno. Jonathan has been a 3-year starter on the varsity baseball team. Outside of athletics, Jonathan is a member of the Hispanic Student Association, Student Equity Committee, and is Vice President of Student Involvement on the school council. Jonathan's favorite baseball memory at Lightridge was having an important role in the program's first ever win. He would like to thank his coaches, teammates, for re-sparking his love of baseball and making the past 3 years so memorable. Jonathan will be attending Virginia Tech in the fall, where he will study accounting and finance. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Cedeno. Next, we would like to welcome to the field Aiden Knapp. Aiden is escorted by his parents, Mike and Sarah Knapp. Aiden has played varsity baseball at Lightridge for the last 3 years. His favorite memories while playing here are beating Dominion in districts last year and all the strong friendships he has made with his teammates. Aiden would like to thank all of his coaches, teammates, teachers, and family who have supported him through his high school years. He will be attending West Virginia University in the fall, where he will be studying global supply chain management. We all need that. Ladies and gentlemen, Aiden Knapp. Next, we would like to welcome to the field Liam Moriarty. Liam is escorted by his parents, Ed and Tracy Moriarty. Liam has played on the varsity baseball team for all 3 years. Liam's favorite baseball memories include winning against Dominion in the playoffs last year and beating Riverside this year. Liam's future plans include playing baseball at Bridgewater College, where he will be studying business. Ladies and gentlemen, Liam Moriarty. Next, we welcome to the field Jacob Park. Jacob is escorted by his parents, Mike, Jessica, Tracy, and Sean, and siblings, Dante, Michaela, and Adeline. Jacob's heart has been in baseball since he started playing at the age of 3. His passion and dedication for the sport, on and off the field, has been noticed throughout the community. His hard work has paid off, and he is committed to continue his baseball legacy by playing for the University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, where he will major in agricultural business management. Jacob would like to thank his family for always supporting him, as well as his many coaches throughout the years who pushed him to keep going and who never gave up on him. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Park. Next, we would like to welcome to the field Elijah Piotr. Elijah is escorted by his parents, Kevin and Dee Dee, and his brothers, Virgin, Riker, and Micah. Eli has been on the varsity baseball team for 3 years and a part of the program since it started on the Blacktops at Willard Middle School. However, all indication has been that his favorite positions are the bench and injured reserve list. Elijah has been a member of the DECA and has advanced to the state finals 3 years in a row. The most memorable aspect of the team for Elijah was the energetic atmosphere which the players created on the field and on the bus rides to and from the games, as well as finding the other half of Zach Moore's bat pounded into the ground. Elijah will be attending James Madison University in the fall, where he will be majoring in business administration. Eli would like to thank his dad for being his favorite sports and life coach, and his mom for always supporting him in his goals. Ladies and gentlemen, Elijah Piotr. And last but not least, we would like to welcome to the field Gavin Reeder. Gavin is escorted by his parents, Simon and Heather Reeder, and his brother Seth. Gavin has played on Lightridge varsity team for 3 years. Gavin was also a member of the Lightridge varsity swim team for 3 years and is a member of the German Honor Society. He has enjoyed all of the firsts that his team has achieved from year one through today. Gavin would like to thank his family, dedicated coaches, and all of his fans. Gavin will be attending JMU in the fall, where he will be studying psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, Gavin Reeder. To all of our seniors, the players, coaches, and fans of the Lightridge baseball program would like to thank you for your leadership and contributions on and off the field. Congratulations to you and your families as you graduate and move on to the next chapter in your lives. Your presence here will be greatly missed. Thank you very much. You're supposed to leave, or they're going to And now we'll have the ceremonial first pitch thrown out by senior dads. I don't have that part. Did I miss that page? Yeah, that in front. Is each one throw? Yeah. Well done. I may have seen a strike or two.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's baseball action as the Rockridge Phoenix visit the Lightridge Lightning on Bolt's senior night as we just finished up the senior festivities. The seniors being escorted by family members. Went through a little bio on each player. Thanked them for their service to the baseball program, and then the senior dads threw out the first pitch to their senior sons. Quite a sight. So we're just a few minutes from the first pitch. Go through the starting lineups and the national anthem. Umpires are on hand. Beautiful night for baseball. We got a game time temperature for you here. Not a cloud in the sky. Nice blue sky tonight. 70 degrees and sunny in Aldie, Virginia.
Lightridge abides by the rules of the Virginia High School League. We support the sportsmanship creed of the VHSL, which states our opponents and the officials.
Starting lineups for tonight's game.
We cheer loudly and freely, but in
Last regular season matchup for the Bolts as they start the playoffs next week. Matchups will be finalized this evening, but Lightridge will be on the road Monday night, more than likely at Broad Run. For the Phoenix tonight, leading things off, Makai Matalua is at shortstop. Drew Vaver Murray is in right field, batting second. Peyton Sutherland in center field, batting third. Dylan Nietzsche doing the catching tonight, batting fourth. Nikhil Mida is on the bump for the Phoenix. Chris Young is at third, batting sixth. Paul Smith batting seventh at first base. Ari Susser at second base, batting eighth. And Demarius Stewart in left, batting ninth. For the Bolts, Donovan Newell lead things off in center field. Jimmy Burpo up in the second position tonight, batting shortstop. James Nunnally doing the catching tonight, batting third. Ben Drinkwine batting cleanup in right field. Jacob Park at first base, batting fifth. Mikey Sullivan in left field, batting sixth. Aiden Knapp getting to start at third base tonight, batting seventh. Gavin Reeder, Lightridge senior, the designated hitter tonight, batting eighth. And Johnny Cedeno, another senior, at second base, batting ninth. So those are your starting lineups. We'll be back with the national anthem and the first pitch in just a minute.
catching, number 6, James Nunnally. Batting fourth, playing right field, number 10, Andrew Guan. Batting fifth at first base, number 13, Jacob Park. Batting sixth, in left field, number 17, Mikey Sullivan. Batting seventh, playing third base, number 2, Aiden Knapp. Batting eighth, in the DH spot, number 1, Gavin Reeder. And batting ninth, second base, number 3, Johnny Cedeno. On the mound for the Lightridge Lightning and pitching number 22, Mason Sproat. Head coach of the Lightning is Kenny Moreland, with a special shout out to Coach Royce. At this time, please stand and remove your hats. Pay your attention to the flag in right field as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Just moments away from the first pitch as the Bolts take on the Phoenix tonight in Aldi. Mason Sproat on the mound for the Bolts. Big right-hander. Going through his warm-ups. James Nunnally behind the dish. That's your battery. Jacob Park at first, Johnny Cedeno at second, Jimmy Burpo at short, and Aiden Knapp at third. Mikey Sullivan, Donovan Newell, and Ben Drinkwine left to right in the outfield. That's your defense. Sproat's gone 32 1/3 innings in 9 games. He's given up 31 hits, 31 runs, only 29 of those earned. 39 strikeouts on the season. 6.28 earned run average. He's been very good of late. Started a little slow, but been dominating of late. So we're getting for the first pitch here. And he delivers a strike to Makai Matalua, the shortstop, leading things off for Rockridge. A 1 pitch is in the dirt. One ball and 1 strike. Popped up and out of play over the first base dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Matalua. Outfield pretty much straight away. 1-2 pitch. That one's fouled a little further down the line. Over the fencing. So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to Matalua, the Rockridge leadoff batter. Just underway here. Here's the 1-2. Just misses a little bit low. 2-2 now. 2-2 pitch. Tries to check his swing. And he did go. They appeal down to the first base umpire. Matalua never left the box and not only just put the tag on him for the out. So 1 up, 1 down here in the first. That'll bring up Drew Vameri, the right fielder, left-handed batter. Rockridge in their gray away pants, burgundy jerseys. Ground high chopper just over Aiden Knapp's head into left field for a base hit. That was almost like a slap hit in softball. Just took a little slap at it and hit a high chopper that got up over Aiden Knapp. So a 1-out single for Vameri. And that'll bring up Peyton Sutherland, the number 3 hitter. Phoenix center fielder, another left-handed batter. Bolts in their home pinstripes, white, light blue lettering, and the fastball up and in on Sutherland. One-0 pitch fouled straight back to the backstop. Bounces right back to the umpire. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled straight back. So 1-2 now. That one just misses. Two balls and 2 strikes. Fly ball to shallow left field. Sullivan underneath it and makes the catch for the out. So 2 down now. Vameri at first base. That'll bring up Dylan Neach, the catcher.
Next up, number 21, Dylan Neach.
Neach, another left-handed batter. Stands in against the righty, Sproat. There's a line drive back up the middle, and Newell's not going to get to that one. Takes it on the short hop. Got a pretty good jump on it, but still had to pull the reins up at the last minute. Kept it from getting by him. So a 2-out single for Neach. That'll put runners at first and second. And Nikhil Mida, the pitcher, stepping in, right-handed batter. Down and away on the fastball, 1-0. Fastball misses outside, 2-0 now. A little flare into right field. It's going to drop behind Cedeno. Drinkwine charging, and here comes the play at the plate, and it's cut off. So a run scores on the single. It's cut off, and Park went to third with it, not in time. So Vameri scores from second on the little flare. Just cleared Cedeno at second base. Runners at the corners now. Third baseman Chris Young stepping to the plate. Neff delivers a strike. That one's down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one's up a little bit high. 2-1. 1 across for the Phoenix here in the top of the first. 2 outs, runner at the corners. 2-1 pitch. That's up high. 3-1. The 3-1 pitch is hit to center field. Newell doesn't even have to move. Makes the catch for the out. 1 run on 3 hits. They leave 2. We go to the bottom of the first. The Phoenix 1. Bolts coming up. Newell, Burpo, and Nunnally. We'll be back in just a minute. Bottom of the first inning. Bolts trail 1-0. Donovan Newell's going to lead things off for the Bolts. Defensively, it's Nikhil Mida on the mound, Dylan Neach behind the plate, Paul Smith at first, Ari Susser at second, Makai Matalua at short, Chris Young at third, Demarius Stewart, Peyton Sutherland, and Dhruv Vamuri, left to right in the outfield. That's your defense. Newell comes in batting .435 on the season, 30 hits in 19 games. Incredible season for the junior center fielder. And he rips the first pitch foul down the right field line. No balls, 1 strike. Newell, left-handed batter. And fouls that one right at the plate, quickly behind 0-2. Oh-2 pitch. Stays outside. Little breaking pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Newell rips one into right field for a base hit. On a 1-2 fastball. Drives it right through the hole into right. So leadoff hitter on for the Bolts. That'll bring up number 5, Jimmy Burpo. Burpo batting .302 on the season. 16 hits in 19 games. Newell with some speed over at first, and they check on him. Newell with 21 stolen bases on the season. And he goes on the pitch. Throw down is not in time, into center field, and he'll think about it, but not advance, as Sutherland was coming in from center as the backup. I think, yeah, he pulled it back. He showed bunt, pulled back, so 1 ball and no strikes. Newell with the stolen base. So Burpo, right-hander batter, stands in now with Newell in scoring position. And the 1-0 is up high. 2 balls, no strikes. Takes a strike on the inside corner. Mida does not throw hard. Get pretty good movement on the fastball. But he's not going to overpower anybody. .78 on the fastball. Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. James Nunnally on deck. 3-1 pitch. That one is ripped into left field for a base hit. Drops in front of Stewart. They're going to wave Newell in. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. He scores. Throw to second is in time. Burpo is cut down trying to advance on the throw. Is cut off. And they get him, but an RBI single for Burpo ties the game at 1-1 as Newell scores his 22nd run of the season. That'll bring up James Nunnally. Nunnally batting .366 on the season. And he takes a strike from Mida. There's a ground ball, base hit back up the middle. So Nunnally joins the hit parade, 3 singles in a row.
Let's go, Ben.
And that'll bring up the freshman Ben Drinkwine. Drinkwine batting .267 on the season. Nunnally has some speed at first as well, and they'll check on him. He dives back safely. Nunnally with 9 stolen bases on the season. And he goes, swung on and fouled by Drinkwine.
We go, Ted.
So no balls, 1 strike. Nunnally will trot back to first. Think you'd give your guy a chance to steal second. Here's the 0-1. He's off again. That pitch is high. Throw down to second is not in time. So Nunnally with his 10th stolen base of the season. And a 1-1 count to Drinkwine.
Let's go, Ted.
1-1. That is ripped into the right center field gap. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Drinkwine around first. 1 run's going to score. On his way to third. And it will be a stand-up triple for Ben Drinkwine. So the Bolts take a 2-1 lead on Drinkwine's RBI triple. Went opposite field into the right center field gap, and it just kept going all the way to the wall. That is Drinkwine's 3rd triple of the season. takes the team lead as he was tied with Jared Mitchell. So 1 out still, and Jacob Park, one of the seniors, steps in. He's honored tonight, and he calls timeout as Mita takes some extra time. Working from the stretch with Drinkwine at third. And that one misses. 1 ball, no strikes.
Good, Jacob.
Center fielder Sutherland is a few steps towards left. Wind's blowing out towards right tonight. Swung on and missed. That'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch. That one's ripped into left field for a base hit. So Park with an RBI single, 5th hit in a row for the Bolts coming out of the chute tonight. And they take a 3-1 lead.
17, Mikey Sullivan.
Newell singled, Burpo singled, Nunnally singled, Drinkwine tripled, and Park singled. 5 hits in a row. And that'll bring up Mikey Sullivan. And Sullivan takes ball 1. It gets away from the catcher, Nietzsche. And Park will trot down to second base on the pass ball. Our ratings just went up 50%, Ed. Went from 2 to 3. We almost have a quorum. That one's up high, 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner for a strike. 2-1 now to Mikey. Two-one pitch. Inside, ball 3, 3-1. Three-one pitch, ground ball to Matalua at short. Throws to first for the out. Park advances on the ground out. That'll bring up the third baseman, Aiden Knapp, another senior being honored tonight. Gets the start at third base. So 2 outs now, Park at third. Bolts up 3-1. And Knapp swings and misses at the changeup. One is down low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Let's go, Gavin.
Gavin's on deck. 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-1 now. Two-one pitch to Knapp. Little check swing, fouls it off. Bolts lead 3-1. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Way outside and bounces off the backstop right back to the catcher. So no advance by Park, but that'll bring the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That new padding just cost us a run. That one normally would have hit the chain link and just sat right there. So a full count to Knapp. Payoff pitch. There's a fly ball to center field. Sutherland back and makes the catch for the out to retire the side. But the Bolts come up with 3 runs on 5 hits. They leave 1. We go to the top of the first. 3-1 Bolts. We'll be back in just a minute. Paul Smith's going to lead things off for the Phoenix here in the top of the second inning. Bolts lead 3-1. Smith, the first baseman, right-handed batter, will step in. Face Mason Sproat, otherwise known as Meth. Winds and delivers, and a strike on the outside corner. Good location for Meth there. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes, quickly. Fly ball to center field. Newell going back a few steps and makes the catch on the run for the out. Probably got a little bit too much of the plate on the 0-2 pitch, but that brings up the second baseman, Ari Susser. Susser, right-handed batter, steps in. Meth winds and delivers. And a strike on the inside part of the plate. So Meth can get in a good rhythm here and just start pounding the strike zone. Let his defense do the work. 0-1, swung on and missed. 0-2 now. Working quickly. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Meth struck him out. Second strikeout of the night for Mason.
Next up, number 11, Demarius Stewart.
That'll bring up Demarius Stewart, the left fielder. Number 9 hitter. And he takes a strike right down Broadway. He's swung on and missed, strike 2. That was sort of funny. Turned around the umpire, put his hand down like, oh, that was a little bit low. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Meth struck him out. That's the call you're not going to get after you question the umpire on the first pitch. You go to the bottom of the second. 3-1 Bolts. We'll be back. Bottom of the second inning, the Bolts lead 3-1. Leading things off for the Bolts will be the senior Gavin Reeder.
Leading off the second, number 1, Gavin Reeder. Let's go, no.
So Reeder, left-handed batter, will step in. Leading things off here in the second against Nikhil Mida, the right-hander. Swung on a miss on the high fastball.
Let's go 1.
No balls, 1 strike. Fouls that one up over the netting, over the visiting dugout. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 2 pitch. Breaking pitch stays outside. Ball 1, 1-2.
Let's go 1.
Here's the 1-2. Curveball in there for a strike. Froze him. So Reeder goes down looking for the first out of the second inning. And that'll bring up another senior, Johnny Cedeno.
Second baseman, number 3.
4 of the 6 seniors in the starting lineup tonight, the other 2 on injured reserve. But Cedeno will stand in. Takes outside, ball 1. Cedeno batting .343 on the season, 17 games. Here's the 1-0. That catches the corner, 1-1 now.
Now you, Johnny.
One pitch outside, 2-1 now. 2-1. Two-one pitch. And it hits him on the elbow. Tailed in on him. So Cedeno hit by the pitch with 1 out. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Donovan Newell, to the plate. Newell's 1 for 1. Single to lead the game off, stole second and scored on Jimmy Burpo's single. So he'll stand in with 1 out and Cedeno at first base. Throw over to first and Cedeno gets back. Ball gets away from Paul Smith, but not too far. Not far enough for Cedeno to take second. Another throw over to first. Cedeno dives back safely. Pitch is in there for a strike.
Now you, Johnny.
No balls and 1 strike. That one catches the outside corner. It's going to be one of those nights.
We go 9.
No balls, 2 strikes. Throw over to first again. Cedeno back safely. Infield is shaded over towards right. Left fielder's playing shallow. 0-2. And he rips that one foul towards the home dugout. Very protective swing on an inside fastball that at this point you can't take for granted. Anything within 3 or 4 inches of the plate, you've got to take a hack at. No balls, 2 strikes. Cedeno at first. Throw over again. Cedeno's reputation precedes him. Oh, 2 pitch. That's up high, 1-2 now.
Go, Donnie.
Here's the 1-2. Hard ground ball hit to the second baseman. Susser throws to second for 1, on to first, not in time. So we'll reach on the fielder's choice.
Now batting number 5.
So 2 down now, Newell at first base.
Jimmy Burpo.
That'll bring up Jimmy Burpo. Burpo singled in a run in the first. Was thrown out trying to advance to second on the throw to the plate. Got cut off when Newell scored. And they got him at second, so he'll stand in. Newell's off. Pitch is high. Throw down to second base is not in time. So another stolen base for Newell. Now he's in scoring position. 1 ball, no strikes to Burpo. Catches the inside corner for a strike. 1-1 now. That one's way outside. 2-1. Two-one pitch. Line into right field for a base hit. Newell rounding third. Here comes a throw to the plate, and it is not in time. So Newell scores, make it 4-1 on the second hit of the night for Jimmy Burpo.
Next up, catcher number 6, James Nunnally.
So that'll bring up James Nunnally. Nunnally 1 for 1. He singled, stole a base, and scored in the first inning. So he'll stand in. Left-handed batter with Burpo at first, and he rips that one just foul in between the bag and the coach's box. Oh, 1 pitch. The breaking pitch just catches the outside corner for a strike. So no balls, 2 strikes to Nunnally. Oh, 2 pitch. That is hit towards the hole. Snagged by the second baseman. Susser throws to first for the out. Nice play by Ari Susser over there at second base. One out onto the outfield grass and got that one. But the Bolts come up with a run on a hit, and they leave one. We go to the top of the third. 4-1 Bolts. We'll be back in just a minute. Top of the order, Makai Mutalua leads things off here in the third for the Phoenix. He struck out swinging in the first inning. Tried to check his swing and couldn't. There's a fly ball hit right at Newell in center for the out. Goes after the first pitch. Hit it pretty hard, but right at Newell.
Now batting number 8, Drew Vermeer.
That'll bring up Drew Vermeer. Singled and scored in the first, then he fouls that one straight back. Some rookie parents back there. Ducked. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 is outside, ball 1. One, 2 is fouled away. Up over the netting. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Why does it go into 3? Did you? Just knows. Swung on and missed on the breaking pitch, but it goes to the backstop, and Vermeer will reach on the wild pitch. Nice breaking pitch. Down and in on the lefty. Nunnally tried to get over to block it, got a piece of it, but went to the backstop. So fourth strikeout of the night for Meth, but doesn't get credit on the scoreboard for it as Sutherland steps in. He flew out to Mikey Sullivan in left field in the first. He's 0 for 1. He'll stand in with 1 out and 1 on. Bolts lead 4-1. There's a ground ball, hard hit to Cedeno. Flips to Burpo for 1. On to first, not in time. Sutherland with some pretty good speed down the line as they turned that pretty quickly, but they couldn't get him. So he'll reach on the fielder's choice. Vermeer out 4-6 for the second out, and that'll bring up the catcher, Dylan Neach.
Next up, catcher number 21, Dylan Neach.
Neach singled in the first inning. He's 1 for 1. Left-hander batter will step in with Sutherland at first and 2 outs. Bolts lead 4-1. Breaking pitch just misses. Wow. Got to give that to both teams. Here's the 1-0. Fouled back to the backstop. They're leaving the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Phoenix got on the board in the first inning, 1-0. Bolts 5 straight hits to lead the game off. Took the lead 3-1. There's a ground ball to Cedeno at second. He'll flip to Burpo, tag second for the out. Cedeno and Sutherland crashed into each other on the middle of the diamond as they were both leaving the field. No hard feelings, as that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the third, 4-1 Bolts. It'll be Drinkwine, Park, and Sullivan. 4, 5, 6 for the Bolts. We'll be back in just a minute. Bottom of the third inning, Bolts lead 4-1.
Leading off for the Bolts in the third, number 10, Ben Drinkwine.
Ben Drinkwine's going to lead things off. Ben tripled in a run in the first inning. Came across the score on Jacob Park's RBI single. He'll step in against Nikhil Mida, starting his third inning of work. And the first pitch is outside all the way to the backstop. 1 ball and no strikes. Senior night here at Lightridge High School, honoring the 6 seniors that are graduating from the Bolts program. Drinkwine rips one, base hit to left field. Chris Young couldn't get out of the way of that fast enough as he was playing in. So Drinkwine's 2 for 2 tonight with a leadoff single here in the third, and that'll bring up Jacob Park. Six seniors are Jacob Park, Aiden Knapp, Gavin Reeder, Johnny Cedeno, Liam Moriarty, and Eli Piotr. There's a line drive, a little one-hop to the second baseman, Susser, but his flip to the shortstop covering second's not in time. He got that out on the outfield grass on a short hop on the backhand. But Drinkwine's speed just beat the throw to second. So first and second now for Mikey Sullivan. Shows bunt, and it's in the dirt and gets away from the catcher, goes to the backstop. So without even making contact, Mikey Sullivan's done his job and moved the runners over. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Mikey. Inside, ball 2. That one misses. 3-0 now. 3-0 pitch is low, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Sullivan. Knapp steps in and takes a strike on the outside corner. The ground ball hit to Matalua at short, flips to second for 1. That's all they're going to get. And Drinkwine comes across to score as Knapp reaches on the fielder's choice.
Next up, number 1, Gavin Reeder.
So Gavin Reeder will step in now, 0 for 1. He struck out in the second. The runner's at the corners and swings and misses at the fastball on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike, 5-1 now, the Bolts lead. The 0-1 breaking pitch stays up high. Delayed steal as Aiden Knapp takes off for second. No throw by Nietzsche. So Knapp credited with a stolen base. Puts runners at second and third now. A 1-1 count to Gavin Reeder with 1 out. Swung on and missed.
Let's go, Gavin.
The 1-2. Swung on and miss. Chases a breaking pitch. Up and in. Goes down swinging. So 2 outs now. Runners at second and third, and Johnny Cedeno will step to the plate. Cedeno was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Park at third, Knapp at second. Cedeno takes outside, ball 1. One 0 pitch in the dirt. 2-0 now. That one gets away. And Park changes his mind as again the ball comes off the backstop. Meets the catcher, Nietzsche, halfway back to the plate. So, yeah, we just put that padding up about 2 weeks ago. So 3 balls and no strikes to Cedeno. Taking all the way is Cedeno, and there's a strike right down Broadway. So 3-1 now. Line drive, base hit into left field, just past Chris Young at third. 1 run scores. Here's the throw to the plate. Knapp, head first slide, and he'll score and make it 7-1. On the RBI single by Cedeno, takes second on the throw.
Next up, number 9, Donovan Newell.
So the Bolts plated 3 so far here in the third. Make it 7-1. That'll bring up Donovan Newell, the leadoff hitter. 1 for 2 tonight, singled, stole a base, and scored in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and scored in the second. Lifts one into left field, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. Cedeno on his horse. He will score. Newell will take second base. RBI single for Newell. We'll see if they give the left fielder an error. So you gave him a double. So Newell takes the double. Drives in a run. Cedeno motoring around third. Good read on that ball as the left fielder is shaded over towards center. Now Jimmy Burpo steps in. Burpo's 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 RBIs tonight. 8-1 now, the Bolts lead. Burpo takes outside, and one hopper goes all the way to the backstop. Newell will move to third on the wild pitch. Here's the 2-0. Fouled down the first base side and out of play. So 2-1 now to Burpo. Bolts baseball ratings going through the roof. Oh, never mind. Went back down. Was at 5. 2-1. Hit hard to Matalua. Dives to his right. Can't come up with it. It goes into left field for a base hit. Hard hit ball. Matalua dove for it. Got a glove on it, but
Now batting number 6, James Nunnally.
goes into left field. So Burpo picks up his 3rd hit of the night and his 3rd RBI. top of the order doing some damage tonight for the Bolts as Nunnally steps in. James 1 for 2. He singled, stole a base, and scored in the first, and then grounded out in the second. Goes after the inside fastball and fouls it away. My sources tell me that's the pitch that he asks for in BP. Mita steps off. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. 5 across for the Bolts. They lead 9-1. Here's the 1-1. And he not only fouls that one off of his foot. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nunnally. Fastball outside, 2-2 now. Two pitch. That is lifted into right field deep. Vermurray going back. He's not going to get it. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Nunnally around second, on his way to third, and it'll be a stand-up triple as Burpo scores to make it 10-1. Second triple of the night for the Bolts. Both stand up.
Stepping to the plate, right fielder number 10, Ben Drinkwine.
So Ben Drinkwine will bat for the second time tonight, or second time this inning, as he led things off. It's a fly ball down the line, curving foul as it lands in foul territory. So no balls and 1 strike to Drinkwine. He's 2 for 2 tonight, triple in the first and a single earlier here in the third. 6 across for the Bolts now. Here's the 0-1. Line drive right at Matalua for the out to end the inning. But they pick up 6 runs, extend their lead to 10-1. We go to the top of the fourth. It'll be Mita, Young, and Smith for the Phoenix. We'll be back in just a minute. New pitcher for the Bolts here in the fourth. Senior right-hander Liam Moriarty. So we were not expecting Liam to be pitching tonight. He's nursing an injured ankle, but it is senior night, and it's his night. So Liam going to get some time on the bump. He will face the Phoenix pitcher, Nikhil Mida. 1 for 1 tonight, singled in a run in the first. Moriarty delivers down and away, ball 1. Misses down low, 2-0 now. Two-0 pitch. High chopper down the third base line. Aiden Knapp will let it go foul. Had he played that, that was a base hit for Mida, and James Nunnally, who's coming out chasing the ball, basically told him to let it go, and it did spin foul right before the bag. So good baseball IQ by the two of those guys. Let that ball go foul. Knapp was thinking about barehanding it and coming up throwing, but it would have been a base hit for Mida. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Foul tipped into the backstop. 2-2 now. Two-two pitch. Swung on a miss. Nice breaking pitch by Dr. Hook. And Liam strikes him out. That'll bring up the third baseman, Chris Young. Young 0 for 1, flew out to Newell in center. And takes up high, ball 1, 1-0 now. One-0 pitch fouled up over the backstop. That'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. This is the last regular season game, more than likely last home game for the Bolts. Swung on and missed, 1-2 now. Check our link just in case we get a home game, or every once in a while the away team will let us come do the broadcast. That one's inside 2-2, so check our link for the updated schedule if we add a game. Otherwise, we'll talk at you next year. Here's the 2-2. Breaking pitch. Strike 3 called. Another breaking pitch by Moriarty. 2 strikeouts in a row.
Next up, number 22, Abi Kanduri.
So that'll bring up a pinch hitter. Abi Kanduri, one of the seniors. So he'll pinch hit for Paul Smith. Kanduri also honored before the game as Lightridge, in a very classy way, acknowledged the Rockridge seniors. And he swings and misses at the high fastball. Here's the 0-1 from Moriarty. Just misses. Down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, and that one gets his hand tailed in on him. So the 1-1 pitch gets a piece of Konduri. That's what I thought. He almost he went back and picked up his bat. I thought they were going to tell him it was a foul ball, but so he will take first base after being hit by the pitch. That'll bring up Kyle Woody. Woody pinch hitting for Ari Susser. Bolts lead 10-1. Moriarty delivers a fastball, swung on a missed by Woody. No balls, 1 strike. That one's up and in and leaving the count at 1-1. One pitch. That one's inside, almost got a piece of him. 2-1 now. The 2-1 delivery. In there for a strike, catches the outside corner. 2-2 now. There's a drive deep to left field. Sullivan going back, and it's off the wall. 1 run is going to score, and Woody is into second with a stand-up double. That was a few feet from getting out of here in left field. Konduri came all the way around from first base.
Next up for the Phoenix, number 11, Demarius Stewart.
That'll bring up Demarius Stewart, the number 9 hitter, 0 for 1 with a strikeout tonight. So he steps in. 2 outs and Woody at second base. And Moriarty delivers a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 is chopped foul at the plate, so no balls, 2 strikes quickly. Oh, 2 pitch. Breaking pitch. Strike 3 called. Liam struck him out. 3 strikeouts in the inning, but he gives up a run on 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 10-2 Bolts. We'll be back in just a minute. Bottom of the fourth inning, Jacob Park's going to lead things off. We'll catch up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Get you some defensive changes for the Phoenix, too. Fly ball into shallow right. Chris Young on his horse makes the catch. So Chris Young goes from third to right field. Nikhil Mehta, the pitcher, has gone to second base. Right fielder Drew Murray is at first base. Kyle Woody's at third base, and the new pitcher is Paul Smith. So that'll bring up Mikey Sullivan. Sullivan's 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. He'll face Smith. Smith, a little side armor, almost a submariner. One ball, no strikes to Sullivan. That's inside, ball 2, 2-0. Fly ball to center field. Sutherland moving over to his right and makes the catch. That'll bring up the third baseman, Aiden Knapp. Knapp's 0 for 2 tonight, flew out in the first and reached on a fielder's choice in the third base, or the third inning, I'm sorry, stole a base and scored. First pitch is up and in as it tails in on him. Turns away from it. 1 ball, no strikes. Phoenix get 1 in the first and 1 in the fourth. Bolts 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 6 in the third. As they bat in the fourth now. That one's outside, 2-0. They lead 10-2. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Nope, call timeout.
Go 2.
2-0 catches the outside corner for a strike. Two one, swung on a miss, chases in the dirt. That'll even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and 2 is behind him. That'll bring the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Grounded foul down the third base line. So Knapp stays alive. Line drive into left, and it is a base hit. Drops in front of the left fielder, Stewart. He dove for it, didn't get it, went under his glove. Knapp on his way around third base. They're going to wave him in, and he is going to score. Inside the park home run for Aiden Knapp on senior night. Stewart made a diving effort at it. Didn't get it and went all the way to the wall. Kenny Moreland waved him in all the way from second base. No question about it. He was waving him all the way around. Aiden Knapp inside the park home run here on senior night.
That'll bring up senior number 1, Gavin Reeder.
Go one.
That makes it 11-2. And senior Gavin Reeder will step in 0 for 2 tonight. Breaking pitch swung on and missed.
Go Gavin.
Foul tipped into the mitt. 0-2 now. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to second base. Mita gathers it up, throws to first for the out to retire the side. But they pick up a big run on an inside the park home run by Aiden Knapp. We go to the top of the fifth, 11-2 Bolts. We'll be right back. New pitcher for the Bolts. Evan McCarter on the mound. The right-hander making his season debut. You ready to call an inning? Huh? Go get the other. I don't know if they. Barely. Makai Matalua going to lead things off for the Phoenix. You're in the top of the fifth. Matalua is 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out in the first, flew out in the third. He's the Rockridge leadoff hitter and shortstop. Here's the 1-0 from McCarter. That's down and away. Ball 2, 2-0. There's only 4 people listening. Swung on and missed. 2 balls, 1 strike. Time called by Matalua. To 1 pitch in the dirt. 3-1. 3-1 pitch from McCarter. Swung on and missed. That'll bring the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Things stand as it is. The Bolts will need to plate 1 run in the bottom of the inning. Ground ball right back to McCarter. He'll field that, jog over, and throw a little underhander to Jacob Park for the out.
Next up, number 8, Drew Vermeer.
So another defensive change here in the 5th. Jared Mitchell is going to take over for Ben Drinkwine in right field, as Drew Vermeer steps to the plate. Vermeer is 1 for 2 tonight. Single and scored in the first. Reached on a wild pitch on a drop third strike in the 3rd. So 1 for 2. The left-handed batter stands in against McCarter, who delivers down and in, ball 1. The 1-0. Ground ball slowly hit to Burpo. It's short, under his glove and into center field. So Vermeer will reach on the error. So 1 out and 1 on for Peyton Sutherland, the center fielder. 0 for 2 tonight. Flew out to left in the first and then reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. Takes inside, ball 1. One-0 is in there for a strike. One. Ground ball into right field for a base hit. Cedeno fields it way out on the outfield grass. Makes a throw to second, but no play. It'll be a base hit for Sutherland. First and second now. 1 out. That'll bring up the catcher, Dylan Neach.
That'll bring up number 21, Dylan Leach.
First pitch to Neach is up high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. One 0 is down and away. Here's the 2-0. Way inside. Three-0 pitch. Ball 4 in the dirt. So Neach draws a walk. That'll load the bases for Nikhil Mita, the pitcher, with just 1 out. There's a base hit for Mita into left field. That's going to drive in a run. His second hit of the night, second RBI. As Vermeer comes across to score.
Next up, number
So Mita has driven in both runs for the Phoenix. That'll bring up the right fielder, Chris Young. Young 0 for 2 tonight. Flew out and struck out. Pops that one up. Behind the plate, not only gives it a look, but it's out of play. So no balls and 1 strike to Chris Young. A 1 pitch in there for a strike. So McCarter ahead 0-2. Fly ball to left field. Sullivan underneath it, tagging from third. And he is up. So a run comes across, makes it 11-4 on the sac fly by Chris Young. So runners at first and second with 2 outs now, and Paul Smith re-enters the game. Takes outside, ball 1. One 0 pitch up high, ball 2, 2-0. Three and 0 now.
You got it, Evan. Deep breath.
11-4, Bolts lead here in the top of the 5th. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. So counts 3 balls, 1 strike. Three-one pitch, swung on and missed. Took a little bit off of that one.
Go, Evan, you got it.
So full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners will be off on the pitch. Three-two pitch popped up and foul, out of play. Update from the softball field. Looks like the Bolts lead the Phoenix over there 13-8 in the 7th inning. Another 3-2 pitch. Just misses a little bit low, ball 4. So Smith draws a walk with 2 outs. That'll load the bases again.
Next up, number 19, Kyle.
For Kyle Woody. And Kenny Moreland's going to make a trip to the mound to talk to Evan McCarter. Kyle Woody, his last at-bat, hit a double off the wall. Courtesy runner at first base for the
Pinch running for number 27. Number 30, Taylor Woody.
So Woody will step in, right-handed batter against McCarter. Came in to pinch hit in the 4th. He's 1 for 1. An RBI double. Takes up high, ball 1. Now One's in the dirt. Good block by Nunnally. 2-0 now. Fisted foul down the first base line into the coach's box. So 2-1 now.
Get out of it.
2-1 pitch in there for a strike. Catches the outside corner. They'll even the count at 2-2. 2-2 pitch inside. Almost got a piece of him, so another full count. Bases full of Phoenix. They'll be off on the pitch with 2 outs. Payoff pitch. Just misses inside. Woody draws a walk. Picks up his second RBI of the night as Nietzsche comes across, makes it 11-5. And that's going to be all for McCarter. As Moreland comes out, second trip to the mound this inning, he's going to make a change.
Good job, Evan.
Head up, Evan. Let's go. You got this.
So it looks like Aiden Knapp will be taking over on the mound for the Bolts. Well, he does his warm-ups. We'll check the defensive changes and update you with those in just a minute. Defensive changes for the Bolts. Aiden Knapp takes over on the mound. Mikey Sullivan now at first base, comes in from left field. Jared Mitchell is in left field now. Jacob Park moves from first to third. And Gavin Reeder goes from DH to right field. Well, that's your defensive changes for the Bolts as they go over those with the umpires. Knapp is ready to pitch, and he will face Demarius Stewart, is 0 for 2 tonight with 2 strikeouts. as he steps in with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the bottom of the top of the 5th. 3 runs across for the Phoenix here in the 5th. All off of Evan McCarter. He's also responsible for the 3 base runners. So Knapp, the right-hander, will deliver, and he delivers a strike. And Stewart arguing with the umpire again. Here's the 0-1. That's in the dirt, goes to the backstop. Nunnally gets it quickly, throws to Knapp, and they've got him at the plate. Mita tried to score on the pass ball, and he is thrown out with Stewart standing at the plate. So Mita out 2-1 on the wild pitch to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 11-5 Bolts. They need to put up 4 to end the game. We'll be back in just a minute. Bottom of the 5th inning. Bolts lead 11-5. Be nice to end this here with 4 runs across.
Good, Johnny.
So sometimes we know who our listeners are and sometimes we don't, but we've just got some inside information that we got to give a shout out to Tammy Burpo, who's listening out there. Feel free to chat with us, Tammy, on the app. We'd love to hear from our fans. So Johnny Cedeno is going to lead things off. Takes the first pitch down and away. That one's down and away. 2-0 now to Cedeno. Cedeno 1 for 2 tonight, or 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd and then singled in 2 runs in the 3rd. 2-0 pitch from Smith in there for a strike. You're one of the listeners? Here's the 2-1, and that's going to hit him right in the back. Breaking pitch that didn't break, and Cedeno took it for the team. Hit by the pitch for the 2nd time tonight. So he'll trot down to first. That'll bring up Donovan Newell. Newell 2 for 3 tonight. Single, reached on a fielder's choice, and a double. Three runs scored. Drove in a run with the double in the 3rd inning. So he stands in now with Cedeno at first and nobody out. Throw over to first, and Cedeno steps back on the bag. Not much of a lead over there. And that one goes behind Newell, down in the dirt, but behind him. So 2-0.
Good, Donnie.
Cedeno will take second on the wild pitch. So Newell ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. Cedeno now at second. They lead 11-5. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's up and in on Newell. 3-0 now. See if he's got the green light here. 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike. It's not. So the count's 3 balls and a strike to Newell. Smith steps off. Cedeno scuttles back to second base as Montalou was sneaking in behind him. Now they spin and fake a throw. Keeps Cedeno close. Here's the 3-1 pitch. No, he's going to spin and throw it this time. Montalou snuck in behind Cedeno, but he steps back on the bag.
Good, Donnie.
3-1 pitch to Newell, swung on and missed. Little floater in there. Three-two pitch. Inside, ball 4. Newell draws a walk. On base tonight for the 4th time. And that will put runners at first and second for Jimmy Burpo.
Next up, number 5, Jimmy Burpo.
So first and second now, nobody out. Burpo squares to bunt, bunts it down the third base line, just foul. That was a good bunt. Ran right along the foul line for about 20 feet and then just trickled foul. Jimmy's 3 for 3 tonight. 3 singles, first, second, third inning. So no balls and 1 strike. He's got 3 RBIs tonight as well. Here's the 0-1, shows bunt again. Bunts that one down the third base line, but that one goes foul a little bit sooner. He's trying to drag one down there and make Smith come off the mound and field it. He's behind 0-2 now. Bolt shortstop stands in. Here's the 0-2. Way outside. Gets away from the catcher. Deach. And the runners advance. So again, without getting his bat on the ball, gets the job done. So now Newell at second, Cedeno at third, and a 1-2 count to a hot hitting Jimmy Burpo. Here's the 1-2. Popped up, foul, and out of play over the first base dugout.
Come on, 5. Do a job here.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch. That is driven towards right center field, and it is going to drop in front of the center fielder Sutherland, who made a dive for it. 1 run's going to score. Newell rounding third. He's going to score. Burpo has a 4-for-4 night and 5 RBIs. Sutherland made a dive for it and fell right in front of him and got past him. Good backup by Chris Young, the right fielder, or that could have been another inside the park home run. So Burpo delivers with a 2-run double. So still nobody out. Burpo at second. And they're going to intentionally walk James Nunnally, his favorite thing. And he runs down to first base. It's not an intentional walk. It's an intentional run as he sprints down to first base. So that'll put runners at first and second. And Jared Mitchell coming to the plate. Came in to replace Drinkwine in the lineup. So 13-5. 2 runs away from ending this ball game. Nunnally represents that run. And Mitchell takes a strike on the outside corner. Here's the 0-1. That sails outside. 1-1 now. Here's the 1-1. That's in there for a strike. Mitchell couldn't pull the trigger on it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jacob Park in the on-deck circle, waiting his turn. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one sails up high. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Coach Moreland letting him swing the bat here. Thought he might have would have bunted guys over. That one's popped up, middle of the infield. Infield fly rule in effect as Matalua makes the catch at the shortstop position. So that'll bring up Jacob Park. Park 1 for 3 tonight. Hits a fly ball to center field. Sutherland on the run, coming in, makes the catch for the out. So the Phoenix second baseman lost track of outs. He was on his way to the dugout. Did you see him? Second baseman was running into the dugout. I thought it was the 3rd out. So Mikey Sullivan steps in. You got to get these 2 runs across here. And checks his swing. Goes in the dirt through the catcher, Nietzsche. And the runners will advance on the pass ball. So now the winning run is in scoring position. And James Nunnally at second base. 1-0 pitch to Mikey. Inside, ball 2, 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Outside, ball 3. They got here? Another successful senior night led by my wife, Jamie. Lots of compliments so far. Here's the 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Mikey taking all the way. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Sullivan. In there for a strike, so the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. So Sullivan draws a walk. And that will bring up Aiden Knapp. Last at bat, full of excitement.
Evan's shirt. Oh,
Play majors for 11
awesome.
Knapp had inside the park home run in the 4th inning.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I know. How did I not remember that?
So Knapp takes up high, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Burpo at third. Nunnally at second. Sullivan at third. Nunnally's they run the counts, though, at second base. Here's the 1-0 to Knapp. Just a bit low, 2-0 now.
You go 2.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Two-one line drive, base hit into right field. Young charging. Nunnally comes around third, and he's going to score. That is going to be the ball game. Aiden Knapp drives in 2 and wins the game for the Bolts with a 2-run single. Puts the 10-run rule in effect. 15-5, the Bolts win on senior night. So on to the playoffs for the Bolts. They will face the number 3 seeded Broad Run on Monday night. Check the schedule. In case we get to broadcast from their press box, we will. So check the schedule. But if not, we'll talk at you next year. Been a pleasure. Good night.